Welcome back to the stream, and this time we're gonna be working on fixing a few bugs from Jolt, the Jolt physics engine, and I'm pretty sure it comes from the fact that trying to run everything in multiple threads, and as well as the fact that it doesn't have a constant stepping. So yeah, let's see how it goes. It's making so much noise. That was weird. I don't know what's causing these spikes in the audio. You might not even hear it, but I can see from the volume meter. What is it called? The volume meter. Funny thing is that it looks like a heartbeat. It makes tutum, tutum. Okay, I think it was the other microphone somehow being dumb. Yeah, I don't really know what's going on with these microphones. Now the voice seems okay. Now it should be good enough. I'm gonna lower a bit on my music. All right. I think we are in a good state. I keep saying it, but I really need to find another microphone. But things are pretty expensive, so I really want to buy it if it's worth it at some point. I don't like consumism. So let's get back to work. Okay, so this is the physics system. And even though it's not a real system, we have the ability to record. So I'm gonna take advantage of that. And I will re-enable the physics system recording by pressing the R button. Is that true? Yeah, R, like for recording. I might want to change that because it's so easy. Whoopsie. It's too easy to trip into R while trying to escape hole and trying to jump with E. So I might move it to P maybe. Start recording, and it doesn't really stop it, so I have to close the application. But that should be fine. So I'm gonna leave it as an R, because that's what I'm doing anyway. I just want to check whether the recording is done on a per frame basis, or is it a bit more relaxed? Because the last time that I've enabled it, it really took down all the performance. So record it. Okay, on tick, do the update, and if it's recording, then recording timer. It should do 1 frame per second. Unless there is something wrong with it, is recording, then we initialize the timer, increment the timer by the time, and recording timer. Yeah, looks legit. So it should just do 1 physics frame per second. Well, let's try. Let's give it a go. Well, maybe we want a bit more than 1 per frame. That seems a bit shallow. We might want to increment the surface of the recording. Maybe 3 per second. Yeah, possibly leave a comment here. Yeah, well, I wanna give it a log info and say Jolt recording started. So there is a bit of action going on. The worst thing that can happen is that you press a button, there's something going on, you don't know if it's happening. Okay, so we are in the world right now. I don't know how we ended up here, but I'm gonna start recording now. Boom, Jolt recorded, started. And it's pretty unresponsive. How does this happen? Like, this is just crazy. It is crazy slow. Okay, stop it. Stop. Like, it's embarrassingly slow. And the recorded Jolt recording 2 gigabytes. That's how did you record that much? There's something wrong with yeah, there's definitely something wrong. How many bodies are there in this scene? I think something is getting out of hands. Yeah, definitely. Like, it can't be that big. There must be a bug. Like, this is what I would expect for a huge world. That shouldn't be the case. So I'm gonna try and open the Visual Studio project for Jolt. I have it somewhere. And I'm gonna grab the viewer, which should magically happen that is pointing to our recording. And if I just hit press, what did I just say? If I just hit and press, or just click? Yeah, click is the right word. Click on play, it should open. Okay, this is where I'm in. What the heck is this? Okay, this is the world. And it kind of matches the expectation. Is there anything inside? Holy shit! Holy shit! That's why! It's full of blocks! Bro, what the fuck happened to the... Shit! Something went really bad here. So I remember one of the last recordings, it wasn't like this. So no wonder everything is collapsing. Okay. I did something really dumb here. I should have checked it earlier. These blocks are bonkers. And no wonder it's taking ages to recreate everything. Ah, bro. Alright. So, how do we fix this? I need to go to the source of the problem, which is the chunk manager, probably, and probably chunk, yeah, the create chunk body. Oh, I'll be back in a bit. I need to do something very important. Bro, the effect of coffee on my body is incredible. Very predictable, I would say. So create chunk body. So this guy is gonna check whether it's not water and it's not air. And that's fine. But not quite. Not quite, yeah. We need something that has a visible upper surface. Okay, I remember now. So what we did the last time is that we removed during the chunk generation the setting that transformed all the invisible blocks in air, and we retained their own type. So now they're not air anymore. Should they be air? I'm trying to think of what is the possible implication of being air, because you're not really gonna interact with anything that is not air. Like, I'm trying to think, will I ever read the data? It's not like there is any real data that is saved somewhere. Everything is generated on the fly through the equations, all of the Perlin noise and other parameters. And the only thing that is saved are the edits. And even for the edits, I also want to check whether we are back to the original data. If we are back to the original data, then we can safely remove the edit. But that's an optimization for another time, another dimension. For now, so if it's water or air, so that goes back to the chunks. Wait, where are we? So this is the physics. I want to hop over to the chunks man, and the chunks man. Oh yeah, the generator, not the chunks manager. So the generator, here's what it does. Now the serialize, where does that happen? I don't remember. So the generate, okay, so when we generate, this is the mask. Yeah. Block type is zero. Okay, so this is where we change the block type when it's invisible. I'm gonna give this back. Const block type. But we have access to, yeah, we don't need to get rid of it. We have access to that mask, I think. So let's hop back on the block type. This is the block. And let's say that also the block mask, is that a face mask? Block. What is this mask? Static cast. Int. Okay, yes, that is the mask. It's a bit confusing, isn't it? So this is the mask bit. There's a bit of confusion here because now I'm converting it into an enum, but really is an enum bit field. It's not great. Block mask. Yeah, that's a bit wrong. So we have the mask bit, which is U in 8. That's fine, and then face mask should be, yeah, let me change that. Face mask is just 8. Zero. Yeah, let's initialize it with 0. Where was I before? And here we don't really need to do the casting. Yeah, okay. And going back, I'm gonna just leave a comment. Or, even better, move this guy to the bottom so they are very close. And when I say face mask, it should show me something. No, it's not showing anything. Well, bit field. How is it called? Bit mask, bit field, bit bits mask using block mask. I don't know, something like that. Just remember what this is. So when I hover onto it, it's gonna say bits mask using block Mark? Bro. Who is Mark? So when this is 0, then it means that it has no surface. Good. And it shall not exist. We can run it now, yeah. I'm feeling positive. Or unsigned. Or not compiling at all. Okay. I think we need an implicit conversion. That should happen here at the top. And wait, what is this? We have an implicit conversion to U in 8, an operator between two masks. Yeah, that's weird. The AND operator, which is one of them is going to be left hand. What did I just say? And that's a Boolean operation. Why is it converting all of it to what? That's weird. Okay, what do you want? Can be misconst. No, you got rid of the type, bro. Okay, does that fix the issue? It might. We might also want the other way around, maybe. A slice. It's got one mask. Okay, that's fine. Cool things. Now we are not. Okay, we're not imploding into the world anymore. And the physics looks a bit leaner. Let's do a little recording. Yep. Oh, look at that. Wait, it's weird again. Stop. Let's have a look. That doesn't look good. Yeah, no, that didn't fix anything. So I retract. Yeah, I retract what I just said. I'm getting it back. Yep, that's still as wrong as it can get. So what happened? So back in here and oh wait, what? So if type is not water and it's not air and it's not 0, yeah, not 0. Okay, it needed to be the other way around. Here we go. Uh-oh, we are falling forever. Let's respawn, record. It's recording, and look, I can even move while recording. That means that the amount of data that's being stored is way smaller. And stop. I can already say this is working. Yep. There you go. We're not in the big void anymore. And only the surface of things are being saved. That is the way to go. I feel like it didn't finish generating. But that's another story for another time. Okay. Can we optimize this even further? Maybe. Oh, that's me. That's me in the corner. And if I hit play and pause. Whoa, that was quick. Wait, how can I? Oh yeah, okay. I can move frame by frame. That's cool. Yay. Yeah. Okay. That's not bad at all. So this should already improve the multiplayer thing. Now, can we make it even better? Like moving all the physics related stuff into its own thread. So the physics related stuff is in the update. And world update, where is the physics update? Wait, I think I lost it a little. Render, no, it's not in render. It's not in the camera. It's not in the modes. I think it's the main tick. Okay, so in the main tick, we do, yeah, we do the same thing, basically. Just in a reversed order. That might be a bit weird. No, I dropped my cookie in the glass. Well, let's start by opening Android Studio. Let's maybe give it a go first. So I'm starting a client here. It should now connect to the server as soon as I start it. Why does that keep falling, bro? Okay. Yeah, I also need to figure out how to make it not fall. But that will come in the stage after UI. Because really, we have no interface so far. And that isn't great. But that can only come after ECS. Like, we need some way of reorganizing this code. It's getting a bit messy right now. Everything is monolithic, and at the same time is cross-referencing things that look like systems, but really are not, and a bit too many global things, and not a lot of reusable components so far. So where are you, Android, at? While Android is compiling, I will start the server. So the server is the only one that reads from the map the terrain data. I made a copy because my son worked so hard on these buildings. I don't wanna overwrite it by mistake. Let me just quickly check on the chunks generation. So where is the generator? So there is a save. Who is calling save? Generator.save on destroy. Save the data, but not really. Yeah, we want to save it only if it's been loaded. Meaning that if we are globals, if we are running in server mode, oops. Yeah, let's do that only if we are running in server mode, and the same happens here. Yeah, this was done. This was done up in the color, but yeah, it doesn't really make much of a sense now. And the color is world. We should now show up an error. Yep. Yeah, let's just make it, bring it back to the default state. All right, run it on Android now. I've got the Quest. I hope it's full of battery. The battery is somehow good. Yeah, I've also noticed that it was filling up the memory, and I think now I know why. That was the physics engine just going just going crazy. And it should be loading the default terrain with no edits, and you will soon see what happens when I connect to the server. It will start reloading all the close chunks with server chunks, like with the actual persistent terrain. And okay, I'm in also on the device. I just need to reach for my controllers. So this is also the default. Okay, it's already very fast, and the memory consumption is great. I don't know how much the application is using, how much memory, but I can definitely see that the remaining memory is, yeah, it's very high. Well, not crazy high. It's never like that. I can quit the app, and what happened there? Okay. And it went up a bunch. Well, that's if that's 6 gigabytes, that's like, that's quite a lot though. Is it that expensive? 2 gigabytes? Oh yes, of course it is. Of course it is. Because I allocate a lot of memory up front. But that's not the amount of memory that's being used. It's just the memory that is allocated for the chunks, for the vertex buffer. So that's fine. I can tweak it. And if I open Tracy, I should see, okay, the Android one. And the amount of memory that is being used is growing. But you know, it's still 10 megabytes of like heap memory. Why is it growing like that? Bro, what is happening? Still generating, I guess. I hope. What? Okay, it's stabilized. That's good. I was worried for a bit. So it is stable now, and the staging buffer, yeah, that is very stable. The chunk vertex, how much are we using of the chunk vertex buffer? We are using 2 megabytes. That's crazy. We are just using 2 megabytes, and I think I've allocated something bonkers, like let's see, where does that happen? Is it in the globals? No, it's not the globals. It's the resources. That should be something about resources. Yeah. So resources is creating a vertex buffer of 1 gigabyte. That's 1 gigabyte, and chunks per frame so it's allocating 16 megabytes for uniform SSBOs and 64 megabytes for, yeah, even like per object SSBO. The staging buffer is 128 megabytes. It's a lot. So that's what I mean by tweaking. So the staging buffer, where is the staging buffer? So the staging buffer's usage, it's like 8 megabytes. Nearly as much as it's being used. Wait, what happened? Why did it... Oh, this has stabilized, I guess. The vertex buffer is now very stable. Chunks per buffer, chunks per object. So we have 9 megabytes for uniform data. Okay, that's fine. The args, it's in bytes. Bro, this is in bytes. Cube args. So the args buffer. And I've allocated a buffer for 30,000 objects. Which by the size of this guy, what is the size of that? It doesn't tell me. Let's go type def it. So it's 16 bytes, I guess. 16 bytes. Well, it's 30k. I mean, it's 30 by 16. For, yeah, that number. Almost 500k. 500 kilobyte. And we are using 1 kilobyte. That's a crazy amount of a difference. And we are using 1 kilobyte. We have a lot more. But that's just a small number, so this is not gonna affect much. But it's a 1 gigabyte that makes a bit more of a difference. And it is very stable. I like it. We had an initial increase, and then now that we are not moving, it's quite stable. That's super duper cool. Let's move around. And oh, maybe let's load in the server. Where's the server guy? So server, and boom, we have a server. The world should now start changing shape as soon as it recognizes that we are in the game. Or did my PC change the IP address? That would be, yeah, I think that's what's happening. Bro, don't do like that. Yeah, it definitely changed the IP address because there's no connection, not even the local one. So the IP address is, yeah, it's unreadable. How do I look at the IP address? Oh, hello, Mauri. How's the stream? What do you mean? How is the stream? What's the stream? I'm good. I'm good, thanks. We are developing games here. I'm gonna send you a heart too. Ah, damn it. I can't hold these things in my head. Not head. Well, whatever. Anyway. All good anyway. So let's find what's my IP address? 63. Why do you do that? Okay, let's roll everything back. And restart the game. And the server. Well, the server could have... No, the server needs to change because it's the same executable. So the IP address should be hardwired in here. And that will be 63 now. So today is 63. Build it there and build it here. I should start thinking about releasing it. And yeah. So I'm gonna want to start with the app lab and release it on the Quest. But I will also, yeah, I also want to release it on Steam. I don't know if Steam is good. I see a lot of people using itch.io, but I don't know. Do you guys like Itch.io or Steam better? Like, I usually don't like downloading just random binaries on Itch.io. I might even share the binaries, but yeah, you guys should not open random binaries everywhere. And but on Steam, I'm already partner on Steam, so I'm kind of trusted, and it usually goes under a very shallow review, so you should be able to trust it a bit more, as far as I know. And it also comes with runtime and whatnot, so usually it's a bit more stable when you launch it. Can be tested. Otherwise, you will be required to install whatever runtime it's being built in on for regarding the Visual Studio version. Okay, run the client. I should make the window a little bit smaller, I feel. The MetaQuest casting cannot be resized. This is so annoying. How? When will they learn that this is so annoying? Like, how long does it take to realize this? Why would you make it fixed? It's so annoying. So let's hop into it. Wait, where is this guy? Oh, this is falling forever. I'm gonna save the desktop guy. And we should have fallen into the same area. And there should be a small lake over there. Yep. Get a bit closer. And I should see it. Let's see if I can reset my view. So this is where it resets it into, but I want to look on the other side. Damn it. Yeah, I need to figure out how to make... Okay, I can look forward now. How to add rotation displacement on the headset. The last time that I tried, it was a bit weird. And as I rotated, the whole world kind of became weird. But now I think I can figure that out. It's just a game, a game of matrices. All right, so the two views now, they don't see one another. I can definitely look at the left, and nobody's there. As soon as I start the server, they will both try to connect and start loading the world like crazy. Let's see how this goes. And here we go. Oh, look at that. The world is loading. Okay, cool. I can see the other player. We are in. And still rocking 120 frames per second. That's great. So the other dude is here. The long things that are still there. Cool. That is absolute gorgeous. There is not breaking anymore. And I can navigate. So let me find the bridges that we were building the last night. So my son has been working hard on building this bridge, but I don't remember what it was. Might be this way. Oh yeah, here it is. As you can see, it's very hard to navigate. There it is. Oh, come on! Why did he break my bits? He broke my pole, my what is it called? It's called my pillars. So we made this last night, and it was crazy fun. He really loves the game. Well, he loves building in the first place. Okay, no! I just fallen again. Oh, boy. Okay, there I am. Now I'm gonna move with the other player. If I can find the cursor. Where? Ah, it should be this way. There you go. I can see. I can see my other self. Why is it so? It feels a bit laggy. Is it laggy? Is it laggy? Oh, wait, did I start recording? Oh no, I did it again. That's why. That's why I disabled the R keystroke, because it just gets enabled by default. So the memory on the Quest is going down and up. What is happening? One thing for sure is that. What is this? Oh. One thing for sure is that Tracy is using a lot of memory. Okay, let's have a look at that. Here's a spike where it probably connected. Oh, no. No. That's probably here. But this is just increasing. How is that? Is it never going down? It must go down at some point. Let's see. I'm gonna go around. And there must be a point where it starts like lowering and then going back up. If it's just increasing, then we have a problem. Why am I not moving fast enough? I need to enable some sort of flying mode. Jetpack mode. Okay, is there? Yeah, it's increasing again because we are loading in new chunks. I also want to measure how much data is Jolt using. Yeah, Tracy is amazing. Like this is crazy good. It's very simple to integrate, and having like looking at your game from this perspective, like from the perspective of the allocations that are happening, it tells you so much that you wouldn't be able to realize otherwise. Like I can play around and then tweak the amount of memory that is needed on the fly. Of course, I will also need some backup mechanism. Let's say that people start building like crazy, and then all of a sudden you need as you need twice as much as memory, and everybody start crashing. That would be hilariously bad. Okay, how is it going? It's going up, and it's never going down. That is very sus. Everything else is going up and down, except for the vertex buffer. Yep, that one is just increasing. Okay, this is enough data. I can see there is already a problem. Everything else is good. So there is a lot of generation here. I can see this. These are the mutexes. Okay. Yeah. Well, there are some up and downs, but overall it's just increasing. Overall, it's just increasing, and why is that? Let's also have a look at 887. What is this? Is this the server? Yes, because it's running for less time. Port 887. I changed the port because I'm using for my own server, and it doesn't have. Yeah, it doesn't have anything else rather than this type of memory. This memory is stable. Generate thread is going crazy, and this tick is going crazy. Yeah, it should not go like that. You should not go like that. So the server is doing too much work right now, and it's doing too much work for no reason, because it's not, the simulation itself is not used, and yeah, I'm still not sure, because the way I'm building it right now is that it acts as a relay server, except for building. The rest is a relay server. So you do the action, and then so for building you press the button, and then the server validates and gives you back the okay, and that's it. Okay, let's change it, the view, to the client. Why is it not finding the server anymore? Huh. Okay, this is the client. It's been collecting a lot of data. But with the client we can use the warp drive. So by keeping this on the side, let's go around very fast. and the memory should start increasing. Oh, this is still recording physics too. Yeah, that's going up. And that's why it crashed last night. I was likely maxing out the the whole buff. Oh. Oh no. What happened there? What just happened? I'm gonna record a little bit of physics and stop it there. Okay, let's see what happened. Wait. Why is the world upside down? Ah, this is the inner world. Those are the caves. Here are the pillars. Where is the player? There it is. Let's look it from far away and play it back. Is it playing? Unpause. You're doing a lot of nothing. There you go. Oh, it moves. That's cool. Wait, where did it go? It's been falling down, but let's go back in time a little. There you go. So you're walking, going, and then disappeared. Why? Why did you disappear like that? Was there a hole? And then, bloom, disappeared. Just fallen into the void. Weird. But I don't have the intermediate frame, so that is also not the full answer. But I can clearly see that it's fallen. And that's probably because of the unstable physics update. So when there is a big load and the delta time is big, it is much more likely to fall. So why is chunks per buffer never called? So there is a little reduction here. Okay, let's stop. Let's stop everything. I think this is also closed, right? It should be. Statistics. Let's do memory. Let's do memory. Where's the vertex buffer? Vertex buffer. Active allocations is 0. How is that possible? Total allocations 400. Just 400? 400 is the number of chunks we had allocations for. Well, there is a big drop here. There is a big drop there. What does it mean? It means that... No, what does it mean? What does it mean, bro? So it means that the allocations are likely sent for garbage collection, but that never happens for real. So that makes me think of buggy disposal. And where does that happen? In the chunk generation, likely. The chunks manager. So when a destruction happens, it will free everything. Sub-free. It will free it right away. Clear chunk state. Wait, what? Delete. Wait, what? What? Vertex buffer. It's gonna delete. Bro, you're not deleting the vertex buffer? Clear chunk state. What is clear chunk state? Okay, maybe that's not the one. Oh wait. Okay, if a chunk is dirty. Are we sending for delete? So if a chunk is dirty, then if it has an allocation, so we are doing this by layer. And if it has an allocation, we first send it for destruction, and that's the buffer. Okay. Chunk.buffer for that layer. And this might happen, right? Because if you move around, that will happen at some point. Okay, everything is being generated. Let's move, and we should trigger that function at some point. Right? 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 Okay, I was worried. Okay, so here we are. We got a block. Okay, it's solid. And we send it at this time. That's the buffer. That's the buffer we send away, and then this is the new buffer. We suballocate, and then we free the old buffer. Let's have a look at this buffer. Well, maybe all of it. Can you do all of it? No? Like this guy? No? No? You can't do that. Okay. Buffer of the layer solid. Yep. It's got 23K in size. And it's okay. Yes. So that is actually happening. Cool. Oops, we have fallen again. Okay, so my supposition, my hypothesis is that something is wrong. I'm gonna now we'll walk a little while, and see how much garbage is being collected and why is it not being freed. And the next step is to start logging things. I'm gonna add logs everywhere. This should be enough, because all of these are going to be so that they will eventually be all collected. I can see they will be all freed. So I want to stop here and see what the chunks are doing and clear chunk state. Yeah, let's just see what happens there. And the garbage collect, where does that happen? I don't remember. Oh, the garbage collection is in the resources. So I'm gonna close, and it's first gonna clear all of this mess, and then I want to stop by the garbage collection. That should work. Remove the breakpoint, and okay. So do we still have deleted buffers? Yeah, a fair amount of buffers. A fair amount of buffers. But I also want to see I don't think it's gonna be able to communicate while it's in pause. Can I run the other threads? Unfreeze all other threads. No? Huh. I don't think it. Yeah, it doesn't run. But we have a bunch of deleted stuff. And how many of these are related to the vertex buffer? Yeah, that's the vertex. Can I do a find? Search inside collapse nodes. Oh, is that? No. Stop. Just look at from the top. Is that just one? Just one. It's just one, but it's huge. No, the buffer size is huge. This has time 0. Ooh, time 0. How big is the actual buffer? Second offset. Oh, that's the cube. This is the cube. Why has it never been released? Like, it's less than... Oh, because okay, no, it's not being, it's just being created when on destruction, so that's meant to be freed now. 0 just means that it's being freed now. 14 more items. Well, that doesn't really explain much. But we for sure have not that many. Yeah, I need to fly. Ah. So the allocations are growing. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's happening. Let's reduce the time. Okay, we have an app, and this is the memory usage. By the way, what is this memory doing? Well, that might be the allocations. Chunks per vertex. Okay, also the vertex buffer are growing. Let's start moving crazy fast. Control and why is it not growing now? What? What? Why is it not growing? Huh, interesting. Interesting. So it is going up and down, up and down, up and down. We have some ups, but overall, is it overall growing? It could just be a relative effect. No, it's not growing. Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. I was looking at the wrong one. So why? Why do you keep growing? I need to see what's happening. This smells like a bug. The more I look at it, the more it looks like a bug. But not a memory bug, but more like a resource bug. something. Why are you going so slow? Yes. So you can see the chunks being loaded in, but never load out. Travel to section. Can't really tell if the world is infinite right now. I tried to build to jump. Yeah, let's see if I can do the trick. Align and then jump build. Okay, so synchronized. And the world looks finite. Yes, it is finite. So it's not like it's infinite. Yeah, it's definitely finite. For some reason it's not even complete. Bro. But this is never decreasing. I'm gonna jump. Oh. Okay. I think I've collected enough data. So I'm gonna stop running it so it doesn't keep moving. The staging buffer is good. So it's going up on loads. It's doing this much of allocations and then it's going down. It's going up twice as much, but it's going down half of it. No, stop. Just wanted to move. This is perfect. Like, this is also what I would expect. This is weird. It goes even lower. But overall, I don't see it coming down. Zoom to allocation. Oops, what did I just do? What was that? Oh, this is the whole span of the allocation. You see, this has been allocated here and never deallocated until the very end. And what comes at the beginning should at least be deallocated earlier than that. So this guy here, duration 1 minute. How long does it last? Forever. Like the whole. Ooh, it gets deallocated there. By the garbage collect. And what about this? 1 minute. And this too. Duration. This guy durates 4 minutes. This guy duration is 1 minute. So this guy here is freed at some point. Chunks vertex buffer. Let's see what's the difference. What can I see here? Main thread. Can you show me more data? Pool. Okay. Allocation update chunks. Oh, okay. There you go. So this is the allocation. Show me the source. It happens here. If it's empty, maybe this is the one that is not working. Oh, wait. Erase? No, this is just erasing the layer. Ah. Oh, wait. Oh, there are zones. Okay, look at this. So this zone here, update chunks. $37 events, allocations list. Why is this red? Has it never been? Okay, only this has 73 allocations. That's an event. The garbage collect. And the update chunks. So there must be something in here. Okay, I might need to create a bit more in-depth zones. Yeah, a bit more data. I need a bit more data. But overall, it's not that bad so far. So the game runs very smooth. I can play. And yeah, it's doing good. Let's save a snapshot. Can't say the same for the source code though. It's a bit messy still. Yeah, for maybe disable the physics. No, it's not that bad. So fix physics, bodies, generation. It was generating inside chunks. Okay. Cool. I'm gonna put that on the side now. So we have the WebSocket connection. I'm even wondering if the WebSocket connection is useful at all. Can I just use the SRTP communication? So lib data channel. It's using libsrtp. All right, kids is out. I'm gonna stop the stream here, and we'll go on voice chat, I guess, next time. So I want to start having a look at the voice chat and see what, yeah, how we can start implementing that. So far so good. So I'll see